What's up, friends? Today we're checking out Doja Cat with her song Jealous Type. Really liked her last big single, Paint the Town Red. Couldn't get into the album as much because it was a little spooky for my taste. But excited to check out Jealous Type. I think Doja's an interesting artist who's been pretty influential.
Could be torn between two roads and I just can't decide which one is leading me to heaven paradise. Baby, I can't hurt you sure, but I'm the jealous type. I'm the jealous type.
In general, I'm kind of tired of the 80s sound. I think we've just been playing it out for longer, honestly, than they did in the 80s, which is not my favorite thing. But I don't mind this as much because I feel like Doja's voice works really well in this context. Additionally, they're not going for as much the normal 80s sound that I'm used to, but more for a Princey thing, and I really like Prince, so I'm digging this so far.
So old time, I will not wait in this line. Never seen you cry. You're mine.
I think that was really interesting, the tone she went for in kind of that deeper register. We don't hear that quite as much from Doja, especially on her bigger singles. And I think her vocal fry in that lower tone really worked out well. I like the stripping of instruments a little bit for that section, more focused on that bass synth and the electronic drums. And then we come back with a fuller sound for the chorus.
Which one is leading me to heaven paradise? Baby, I can't hurt you sure, but I'm the jealous type.
I'm really fascinated by that first half of the chorus because she's doing kind of the standard chorus plus a lot of vocalizations that are a little more run focused, and that's a little abnormal for the first chorus following the verse. Normally, you wouldn't expect that till pretty late in the song in terms of production. So it makes me curious as to what they're going to do in future choruses to further develop. Because if you're already going that far into the development cycle of a chorus, what else are you going to do? Are you just going to add like tons of harmonies onto it? You're going to add new instrumentation, or are you going to strip instrumentation? It's kind of like, it brings a curiosity out of me.
Hey, you wanna do what now with who? I don't need a pin drop or a text tonight. I ain't even coming out with you. You don't wanna show me off to your ex or your friends tonight. Nigga, you must be on my league, cause y'all ain't kick it when we started up. And if she really was
I really like that verse. It's cool to kind of rap on this style. It brings up kind of like an older rap vibe, almost gives 90s raps vibes, but her vocal is so modern and so now that it really changes the expression and changes how it's kind of approached. Love the layered vocal fry, and the ad-libs are fun, just a little like type of sounds. It works really well.
could be torn between two roads and I just can't decide which one is leading me to heaven paradise. Baby, I can't hurt you sure, but I'm the jealous type. I'm the jealous type.
Okay, going to that second chorus, I feel like there's less vocalizations than there were in the first chorus, which is really weird. The saxophone is a little bit more active, at least it sounds like it to me, or maybe it's just because the vocalizations aren't as present, so that saxophone's coming out more. It's interesting. It's a really interesting approach. Okay. There's this extension of the run vocalization where she's just kind of hitting this high note as the main vocal is doing the post-chorus or second half of the chorus. I think that's really cool. That adds a good amount of energy. Cool. I think the instrumental breakdown at the end works really well. It's interesting because I feel like the song is not explicitly lending itself in this hypersexualized direction. I think it's a pretty understandable emotion that a lot of people go through as they're in romantic relationships. And yet we just like are just hypersexualizing this person in this video, which I think is fascinating, because I didn't like listening to a little bit of the song this morning before I checked out the music video. I'm like, oh, cool little 80s direction. And then I watched the video. I'm like, whoa, I'm like bombarded with intense imagery in terms of kind of that over-sexualization, which some people see as empowerment, more towards you. I'm just fascinated by the disconnect between the sonics and the song itself, right? Like, nothing wrong with doing something over-sexual, just it's a weird match. Like it feels like it doesn't fit as well as I would have expected. And I think there is music that gives more of a sexual vibe. This one didn't give that impression as much, which is fascinating. Yeah, I think there's some cool stuff going on in the production, using some older synths throughout the song. The drums are giving much more Prince than they are other 80s artists. More Prince than Michael Jackson, more Prince than, Phil Collins. And I like that, because I think that's an expression from the 80s that we don't see as much in our modern music landscape. Yeah, interesting. Again, kind of done with the 80s personally, but I think this song functions pretty well. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts. If you did, I'd love it if you checked out my music. I've got some music, and I think you might like it. Maybe. I also have a Patreon if you're interested in that. You can like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks so much. Catch you on the flip.